Okay, that looks like it's. Let me just check that everything is working. Yep, that looks good to me. So, we're on day 2 of this app building thing. Right, let me just sort some things out there. Right. So for today, we're going to be bug fixing. So all I did after the video yesterday, if you remember, it was running the reload script. So that finished. I don't know why it just took a while. And I've set up Git now. So as you see down here, Hobby Fast API Git and main. So if you're not used to VS Code, like that's how you tell that Git is running, that weird little, ironically, thing that looks like a slingshot. So let's just come to here. Let's do a pull just to make sure. Right, so starting day 2. Commit and push. There we go. So now our little Git icon, like that's clear. Right, so let's do this. So this is my all-in-one line that basically goes into the virtual environment folder. If we bring this up, so it's going into here, into scripts, and it's running activate. I don't know what that. So they have activate, activate bat, and activate fish, and activate PowerShell. But they only have a deactivate bat. I wonder why that is. But anyway, so this does this, then it's semicolon, then it's Python, the Uvicorn main app reload. So this should start our service, which it does. And I'm going to open up Brave. I do not want to set you as default. Right, let's minimize this. Routers, schemas, hobbies.json. Okay, so just getting a little refresher of like as to where we were. So we've got our hobbies JSON that's currently clear at the moment, and then we've got the combo options. That's what we'd set up so that it writes to for the options for the drop-down boxes. So let's do a little run of a test. So we're going to create 3 hobbies. We'll do our knitting and slingshot and delete me and my name is wrong. Okay, let's check in on hobbies. Okay, and yes, I know I wrote my name is wrong because we're going to edit it 2. My name is wrong. Okay, so far so good. And we're going to delete. Yes, we want to delete that. So far so good. Now what I'm going to do is hit Control C, because we're going to shut that down. And then I don't know what happens if you do like try to activate when it's already activated. Let's try it. Okay, so that's looking okay. We're going to stop and we're going to dot then scripts. And I couldn't get this deactivate to work yesterday. I don't know why it doesn't deactivate. Right, so what I want to do is just make sure there's no like weird caching things going on. So I'm going to hit F12. And so here we go. Let's reload this. We've got a good little thing going on, and this is as we'd expect. Let's start that up. And we're getting plenty of status 200s, so we're looking good. Right, so Slingshot. Go into here, and we want to do a config. And we're seeing down here, so it is doing better logging. That was one of the things that we added yesterday, so it is logging in here as to like what's going on. I don't know if it's actually writing a log or if it's just basically just doing, you know, like in JavaScript you do console log. I don't know if it's just doing that to put it to here or if it's actually writing a log file. I don't see any kind of log file. So, okay, look, what I'm going to do is come to my README. Right, so this was just generated. I just want to do. Right, so we're going to have generate log file from terminal. I would like convert JSON file to a DB, possibly Postgres. What else did we say? We're at 3, so try to generate a Android APK app. So we will save that. Right, so config, let's see how this goes. So name the field. My text 1. Okay, so it's doing that. And if we go to combo options, right, so it hasn't written to combo options. Oh, because that was a text box. That's why it wouldn't write to combo options, because it's not a combo. So let's do this. Combo 1. We want to make it a combo. We're going to add. Right, so we've got a debug error here. Right, and I'm kind of expecting that, so I want to clean that up at some point. This is a good point of why when you're doing a web app to have that browser debugger going, because you'll Of course, the front end, the web UI, gave us nothing, but the debugger is saying there's an issue. Now, it's doing a 404 not found. Now, but I expect that because it's probably trying to do something with combo options. And of course, there are no combo options. So maybe that's an error we can ignore, because once you start adding combo options, that will get populated, hopefully. Right, so we're going to go back. Let me go to Slingshot. Oh, okay. So we're getting that issue from yesterday. Right, okay, so when I add a combo box field from the config screen, the combo box is not appearing. I think this is due to the combo options.json being empty. So let's give it as much help as we can. The error in the terminal says and see that's reflecting. So here it's reflecting here because we're seeing here HTTP blah 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 options get. So it was a get call on the API and the 404 not found. So this is reflecting that. So let's see what it says. Sorry, I know I keep clearing my throat. I keep forgetting I've got a little button to mute the mic. And so yesterday was a long one, 2.5 hours. But like I can't say how long each day is going to be. I can't go over 2 hours today, just because I've got other things to do. Or well, in this session at least. But I'm hoping to at least get to a debugged application that is kind of working. Now, I'm just to throw in, like, I do understand, like, I am asking a lot of the AI because I'm not intervening in any way, like, or as little as possible. I don't want to. I'm trying. What I suppose the rule I'm trying to say is I don't want to change the code manually. I want it to do as close to everything as I can, but without me fixing anything. Because the reason for that is when I was at work and doing like little sort of AI project things there was a point it gets stuck, and a few people I've spoke to have said this, not all the time, but they've had a certain project and it goes back and forth. It changes to one thing, changes back, changes to one thing, changes, and so you get stuck in this game of tennis of errors. That's what I'm trying to figure out and see, does it at any point does it get stuck at that point? Right, so your fast API backend is missing the endpoint for combo box options. So config hobbies, hobby ID fields, field net options, and post. This is why the front end cannot load or add combo box options and the combo box does not appear. Solution: implement these endpoints in config.py to read-write options from. I'll add these endpoints now. The backend now has endpoints to support combo box options and the code order is fixed. You should now be able to add combo boxes. Try adding a combo box. Okay, so we reload. We're still getting our options, but that doesn't worry me. Combi Wombi 2. It's a combo box. Add. Okay, so I'm going to manually adjust this. And what we're going to do, so if I hold down shift and right click, I get this empty cache hard reload. So let's just make sure config. Look at that. Where is it picking up Combi Wombi from? Oh, because I haven't saved. Right, so every time I do that, so let's do F12 to get back here, config. Okay, so why is it still combo box add? Now look, that's interesting. It's holding on to something. Okay, so let's try a different thing. Let's go to knit-in config. It's a combo, add, close. Still does not work. See, this is like why I can't say how long these videos are going to be. Like I don't, like I could jumped into this morning, and it fixed all the errors first go, and like 10 minutes and done. Or we might be here for like 2 hours. Keep putting in commands and keep seeing what happens. So if I could change something in all of the AI agents I've used, turn off the positivity, make it, and I get it's a robot, but if you want to make it more human-like, then add doubt. That's where AI fails. It's, yeah, that's done. That's going to work. The wordings to these should be more like, try this. I've made some adjustments. Try this. But as you see, like in the paragraphs, it says the combo box will now show up, and then it doesn't. So it's like expects a new option as a query parameter, but your front end sends it as JSON body. Fast API does not extract a plan. Solution change endpoint to accept the value from the request body from fast API import body. I will fix this now. Right, see, this is what I'm saying. The back end now correctly accepts combo box options from the front end as a JSON body. Okay, I guess that is a true statement. You should now be able to add endpoints to combo fields and see the combo box appear. Right. So we're going to hold down Shift. We're going to right click. We're going to do empty cache and reload. On our reloaded one, we're going to hit F12. We're going to go config. We're going to go bum because we don't care. We're going to hit a combo box add. And no, so it's still not working. Okay, let's give it that. Backend endpoint for combo is correct, but Fast API treats path parameters as strings. So the key in blah blah blah, but the front end requesting expect since list recalls endpoint returns 404 if the key is not found, but it should always return a list, even if empty, never a 404. Okay, so this is like it's recognizing that 404 and it is an error, so it probably should be fixed. I will ensure the endpoint always returns a list and never raises. Right, okay, so just to be sure on this, what I'm going to do is right click, reload. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to hit F12 on here. I just want to make sure that there's like definitely nothing weird going on. So I've stopped the service and let's restart it. Now I'm going to reload. Look, we're still getting this. 404 not found. So I'm not confident because we're still getting that 404. Combo add. I see this is funny. I think we might be in that area where I say it just doesn't. Still not working. I did delete cache to be sure and also restarted the service. Okay. We'll just try. Ooh. Ah. Service will not start. Right, so we're going to keep. Apparently, right. Let's. auto. No. Apparently there's a way of auto keeping. Still not starting. Okay, let's try starting the server. Right, okay, so it looks like it started. I did not see it start, so I want to make sure it does. Right, so server's up. Right, so we was in knitting, config, combo, add, still. Still not adding the combo box. Right, I maybe should just change the name to this live stream as trying to get a combo box to show up. Right, so what I propose at this point, I'm going to keep going with this. If it keeps failing, then tomorrow we will change the agent and we'll go with Claude instead and see how that does for building this application. Okay, so it is up and running. Let us reload. I'm going to shift empty cache. Here we're going to F12. Let's just go to a clean one. Config, name, combo, add. Nope, still that 404 not found. Now see, yeah, this, I think it's getting to that circular thing because look, it's giving exactly the same. You have duplicate definitions. Are you sure you have fixed the duplicate definitions? Right. So this is, I can't edit this. We can see clearly there, no duplicate definitions. Right. So I'm going to stop this just to make sure. We are going to right click empty cache. And we should see that because it's not running. Now let's spin that up. Now we are in here. Config, hit some numbers, combo box, add. Ooh, we're getting combo boxes now. So, as I've now realized, what I'm going to do is stop this, and we're going to go into here and say, right, so I'm going to do 260825 underscore 1032. So that's today's date and the time. I have combos showing up now. Need to test adding values. There we go. So now we have a point where we can get back to this. Clean the two. Nope, not in there. Clean the two JSON files so I can test from scratch. So it created those two files. Right, so just so a clean file is just literally those square brackets. Okay, and this needs combo options, and that's, as I take it, is put that in there, combo options, just so that we can still load a clean, like we're not getting that 404 error. So everything looks clean. So let's start this up, and we should be able to go to config. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm just going to do another one, cleaned JSON, so can test from here. And it is 260825 underscore 1035. There we go. Right. Before I start testing that because I'm sick of keep going back to config, let's just fix that. Can you make config the to 7.0.0.1 port 8000 to see that page? You will probably no. Let's see how well it does. Will it be smart enough to know that if it changes that, that the path to the items needs to change as well? Right, okay. Let's test that. Let's go here. Okay, so like it thinks it done something. Okay, when I go to 127.0.0.1 port 8000, I see this. Yay! It did a thing. Right, so let's do this. 2608 260825 at 1038. Root URL fixed, so no need to go to /config. Okay, and we do have a clean there we go. So hobby name Slingshot. Add hobby. Now we've got Slingshot. I'm going to click into here. I want to go into config. I'm going to have name as text. We still get that. And latex size as a combo. Add. Yeah, we saw that get added. We're not getting any errors here. Let's hit F12 because I forgot to bring up the debugger. So now, add new. Okay, when I click the add new from the new combo, it no longer brings up the page to add values for the drop down list. don't know what these little dots mean. Pending changes from GitHub code. All right, okay. Add new combo boxes uses prompt to add a new value. Not dedicated. Right. If clicking add new does nothing, it's likely because the select is right. It's likely because the select is defaulting to the first option, which is add new. So the change event is not triggered. Okay, how it works now. The event only fires if you select a different option, then reselect add new. How to fix. Use the input event or always show a button to add options. Would you like a fix that adds a dedicated add option button for combos? So let's go with the first option that has a dedicated, let's word it exactly how it says it, adds a dedicated add option button for combos. Okay, while it's doing that, we're going to go back to our README and we're going to do, so I just want to make notes of things as well. Make sure combo boxes cannot have the same value. Maybe validate with upper, something like that. So anyone not into programming or like learning from this, what that basically means is when I add a value to the combo box, it will convert that to uppercase and then make sure that that doesn't already exist. So, like my name Paul, it makes sure that they don't do capital P A U L and then also add all lowercase p a u l. Because if you convert it all to upper and make sure it's not in the list, you're doing a like for like. You're basically taking out case as that validation by, and you're not converting the value to upper, you're just saying convert it to upper just purely for the check, the validation. So I'm actually a little bit, so 45 minutes, like that is, and again, like if I wanted, like if it was part of the thing, I would be jumping in and changing code and then asking AI to check it and like doing things like that. But the whole point of this is to make AI do all of the work. Okay, so we're going to keep all of that. Let's give it a screenshot. I do not see a button to add option. Now I was bad there. What I probably should have done is Right, okay, this is good. That's literally what I was just going to say. I didn't actually do a hard refresh. So let's do this. Shut down the service. And can I just... All right, so, okay, so in Brave, you don't need to hold down Shift and right-click. You just right-click on the reload. And let's do that. Okay, so that should be clear. Let's go here. Let's spin up that environment. Oh, there we go. Add option. 0.4. 0.5. These should be going in latex size. So it doesn't put those in there. Right, first of all, can you move the add option button to be next to the label for the combo box? We know it's not working, but I know this is UI to tidy it, but I really can't stand that. That looks horrible because by moving it up here, you will still get the full size. It looks ugly like that. So let's see if it fixes that. I am still having fun though. Add option button for each combo box will now appear directly. Right, let's see if just a straight refresh. Instead of the add option button, can you make the label for the field the button? Let's leave that alone for now. That's UI tidiness. Let's actually get it working. Right. When I click add option, I get a box, but when I click see what it does, and of course I made a mistake. Like, lesson learned, every time there's a step where something works, whether it's correct or not, I need to check it in. So again, we're not going to have a pretty application. Like, it doesn't look bad. I'm trying to do is get it to work. Refresh your browser. Right, and I know this isn't necessarily needed, but I'm going to stop the service. You can tell that I work with like web applications. I want to make sure that everything tell you what I'm going to do. Settings. Uh, 127.0.0.1 port 8000 because I don't plan on using Brave on this computer for anything. This could just be my local debugger kind of thing. So let's add that. Open a specific page or set of pages. Right. Don't ask me again. Close all. So now if I do Brave, excellent. So it does just go there, just so that I can actually close the browser. So it is keeping this. Let's go settings. Content, size. What I'm looking for is to have it delete all cache and like everything whenever I close the browser. There we go. On exit, just get save. Close that. Reopen. I wonder, so open Brave with dev tools. Okay, let's ask Copilot in Brave browser, can I open it and it automatically opens dev tools like pressing F12. Yes, you can configure Brave or any Chrome to automatically open DevTools when it launches, but it takes a little setup. Right. So here you go. Here's a little tutorial on how to, hopefully, when you open Brave or any Chrome-based, it will open DevTools. Right. So press Windows R, type in CMD. That's happening on my other screen, but I'm going to bring it over. Run this command, adjust the path if Brave is stored elsewhere. Okay, well that didn't work. That did, right, okay, so already had something open. So let's do this. Right, so it does it for the first instance. If I do it again. Right, so it only does it for the first instance of honoring everything. Right, so we don't want to do that. We want to have it so that it does it all the time. So if I'm right clicking, right, so I've got a shortcut here. I'm going to move it onto this screen so you can see. So let's see if this works. If I right click and do properties, in the target, so basically we're just adding that thing at the end. So the target is getting me to Brave, and then I'm going to just paste this in. So we're just adding that auto open DevTools for tabs. Apply. So now, ooh, that's nice. So I've got that shortcut. I'm just going to put that on my Windows taskbar. Let's make sure that that works. Did that open? There we go. So that's actually a neat little thing to do. Now I can just open the browser straight away with DevTools open. Yeah. Right, anyway. So we're getting a 404 not valid. I don't know what this is. Let's just ask it. I don't think it relates to my app, but I am getting this error. That request is not related to your app. It is made by browser developer tools looking for debugging endpoints. The 404 not found is normal and can be ignored. It does not find. Right, okay. I figured that was the case just by looking at the path. Is there a way to auto ignore it? Okay. Right. So, can you add the code so that it creates a app.log file in the root and all messages in the terminal get pushed to that file and appended button. This is just kind of a nice to have. So basically all those things in the log file Excellent. Right. So what I'm going to do is just shut it down. I'm going to start it up, okay, and shut it down again. The reason for that, I wanted to make sure that it stops and make sure that it starts again, because let's add a git point of here. So we're on 260825 underscore 1102 added log file and fixing the combo add items. Okay. Right, sorry. Right, here we're getting 200. See, these icons, I've got to look up if you can change these icons, because when they turn up red, my brain goes, something's wrong. But obviously it's 200. So as a side note, I've got to look up how to configure the debugger. Like, see if I can make it like, you know, a CSS kind of make it do my own colors and things like that. Right, so we can go into, so we've got no combo options, we've got slingshot. Right, what I'm going to do is stop the service. Let's just manually edit this and save it. Then we're going to spin up that service. And we're going to go slingshot. Yeah, so now we're back to here. So we've got a nice clean thing. We're going to config. We're going to call it latex thickness. It's a combo. Add that. Okay, so close. Right. Okay, let's Control C. Save. What are you doing? Empty cache. I wonder if it's caching stuff in the browser and it's like was sending it back. Right. Sorry, I digress. Let's spin up that service. Everything's working. I'm going to do that to close. I'm going to open Brave Clean. And here we go. Add hobby. Please fill out a hobby. Slings. Okay. Click on that. Config. Latex is a combo. Going to add. Close. Combos are not showing again. See, that I think this highlights. So one of those things I'm thinking. So any odd little like UI changes, tweaks, and that seems to kill it. Oh, look at that! It's why is it writing that there? I just noticed that I added the field. It's adding it to the hobbies. Oh, I see what it's doing wrong. Stop that. Okay. I think I see the issue. When I add a option to a combo, you are writing that to a fields array in the hobbies.json when it should be in the combo options.json. Combo options.json should store the field name and the option added so that the options persist next time it is loaded. Now, see, so that all that blurb I just noticed in the JSON for hobbies.json, ID correct, name, slings, items, so items should be in there, but that fields should not be in there. The fields needs to go into the combo options because that's where we're storing the combo name. We may have a bit of work here, like I may have to design the database myself. Oh, but I don't want to. I'm thinking, do I want to design the database myself and just create the tables? Like it's hard to resist just going in and just creating the tables, the relationships myself when I go to do this because it's going to need to know. Like, is it going to be easier to? Is it going to be easier to just spin up like SQLite and use that? Because then it's a kind of database and I can just have an SQL script that clears it out whenever I need it. Oh, that's tempting. Right, okay, we're going to keep that. So far, the service is still running. And now I can just keep close instead of doing the clear cache. That's why I wanted to do that little side quest of that. So I can just close Brave, reopen it, and I've got my dev tools ready. Slings, config, name, type is text. I just want to make sure. Combo, add, close. Okay, let's right. Look at the no. Read the contents of hobbies.json. The fields are no longer showing up. I tried a combo and a text field. Let's give it a nice little screenshot so it can see. Let's include the GUID. Copy to clipboard. Let's give it an image. Pasted a screenshot. Okay, so from your screenshot, the items page is loading, but no fields are visible. This suggests either a JS error or missing, misnamed item fields. I bet it's going to be the item fields. So let's close. Let's reopen. Slings. Render fields. So let's copy that. So there is a JS error in the console. JavaScript errors caused by options variable not being defined. Close. Right, let's keep that. Let's check all of this in. So we are 260825 underscore 1117 have combos not writing to combo options. when I add options to a combo box, those are not getting written to the combo options.json. This file should be tracking the hobby name, the field name for the combo, and the options stored so far for this combo box. So probably needs a get and set API. So that there. I'll head off the screen again. Yeah. Right, your backend already has get and post endpoint. Okay, so for combo options, but the key in is currently hobby ID field name. You want the file to track by hobby name, field name. I don't actually. So it was already tracking by UUID, which is unique. Actually, you were right before. Tracking by UUID would be better. Revert that, but make sure data is being written to the combo options.json file. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking then. Like, the UUID will be unique, so it needs to just track. There's a little bit of me that wants to write the database in UML, and not the back-end database, but do a UML for the database and add it to a file where it can refer. That might be an idea. Is that cheating? This is the decision. Like, is that cheating for this project? Giving it a UML database. I hope I didn't just break everything. Close that. Reopen. Slings. Okay. Add option 44. Okay. Add option 55. Okay. Ooh. Testy. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like it. Sorry, I know I've gone quiet, but oh, I like it. It works. Ah, yes, look at that. Combo options. So hold on, what's that? So right, that is. Oh, yes. So it's got the ID for since it's created this ID. Is that good or bad design? Got to think about that. It's working. That's it. Here's one that like, this is why like you need developers, of course, still when you're doing all this AI stuff. Because something works, it doesn't mean it's right. It's the whole like the Jeff Goldblum meme. We always asked ourselves if we could and never asked if we should, or what the exact wording is. So this is at a point. Let's check this in. Right, so we're looking at 260825 underscore 1124. So far, everything seems to work. Okay. Files. Right, let's stop the service. Just going to remove that. Oh, stop adding it back. What? Go away. Stop it. What? Just there. Oh my god, that was annoying. And here we're just going to do ba-bum. Save. Let's make sure that starts. What is it? No, don't add that. Like, what are you doing? Right, let's make sure. So it starts. Let's close this. Going to open it, so nothing in here. So we should have slings. Adding the hobby, that brings that in. I'm going to do slings config. Field name is frame, and that is type text. And then we're going to have latex, and that is a combo. And to close this, we're going to add options of 0.40, add option of 0.50, frame pickle. Okay, if I go to config, okay, so we're at here. What has changed? Combo options hobby. Right, so it's only the clearing out. Right, so what I want when in a hobby and I click on the config, I want an option to edit the values for fields. Example, so I can change a name of a field. JSON files. Right, so what I've just done here, because as you see, I've put latex. I want it to say latex. So in the items, it's storing this, but it's also got it, right, so it doesn't have it there. See, I think we've got enough. Okay, so we've got a root of problem. Let's go to, so just to point out, when I do get errors, at very least today, it's doing a good job. Right, so see, stop that. Let's give it the error. See, it's still going to be interesting to do this again, like with Claude or something like that, to see how it differs. Any further issues? I need more enhancements. So let's close, let's reopen. Okay. So it didn't recognize that it didn't restart. Okay. Service is started. Let's load. When I click config in the hobby page, nothing happens. I have this in the console. Okay, so close that. Reopen Slings config. No, so let's try stopping. Okay, so the app loaded. Add hobby config. Right, JavaScript syntax errors. A fixed hobby page should load. So let's just close and open Slings. Nope, so it's not. See, I do have appointments today to do, but I might jump in and do another live later today. Because I am having so much fun. Seriously, I'm having so much fun. Right, so it done some JavaScript stuff, so let's stop and restart just to make sure. Because we're not talking like what is seconds for it to start. Slings config. No. Out of interest, is this putting anything in the app lot? I thought not. I had a gut feeling it wasn't actually doing that. Right, I'm just gonna. I have added an image. Please use this for favicon to stop that error. Fix this. Okay, so it thinks that it's fixed it. Sorry, not talking much. I think I've got a little bit tired. Not like pissed off, frustrated, tired, but like tired, tired. It has been nearly 2 hours. E, so we're no longer getting favicon issues. We can go to slings. We are not getting anything. Right. So let's close. Let's stop this service. And now I don't have to, like, because I've got the reload in there, but it's a habit. Like, if I'm going to make changes and do stuff, it's like, let's make sure. Why do you keep. I'd love to know what this is. Right, reject. Get rid of it. Save. Yeah, I know. I've got to look this up because that's really. Oh. Right, we'll make sure we've got to save all. So let's spin this up. Service is running. Let's do a keep. Service is running. Let's open Brave. We have clean. We're going to call it Sling. We're going to add a new hobby. Going to go into Sling. We're going to config. Right, okay, so clicking config does nothing. Clicking config button on a hobby does nothing. Nothing is reported in console or network on debugger. Okay, so let's just try. Let's just shrink this down because we don't need all that. It gives us a little bit more room here. In fact, we could probably shrink that because we need more of the chat than we do the code. Close. Reopen. Sling. Config. Nope. Nope. Clicking config does nothing. Are you sure you fixed all brackets? Did that just make look? That's It's still editing. It's still changing stuff. I want to do the meme. Are you sure about that? Let's do it one more time. Right. Okay. So let's keep what it says is okay. Let's do a Control C to stop that. Let's spin it up. That looks good. In fact, what I'm going to do is just stop it. Open a browser. We get nothing. We're going to go boom, spin this up, and it's going to load. And we're going to go into slings. We're going to go config. No, nothing. Nothing in the console. Nothing in the network. Nope. Clicking config on this URL does nothing. Let's give it the URL. While it's doing that, I'm going to ask in Copilot. Let's just bring it over. So in VS Code, of output testing my app, how do I automatically write that to a log file stored in my project? Okay, so what we want is, let's go to the README, Uvicorn main app reload. App.log. Okay, we're going to try that on the next one. Okay, so it says that it's fixed it. I just want to stop. Let's try that now. Okay, so I don't know if that's started. Didn't, because it doesn't have it access within the virtual environment. Right, so do that. Boom, let's just get rid of that right into the log file for the second. It'd be nice, but let's just have it. Right, so it's up and running. No, let's close it. Add hobby. Right, add hobby. Boom, config. Config button still does nothing. This has got to be one of those really frustrating things for a developer when nothing is coming out in the debugger. So just go for just a few minutes more. I can go till 12:15ish. But there's a little bit of me, and maybe I'll jump on another video later. I want to set up Playwright so that I don't have to keep. I don't have to keep doing these tests, like the creating and all that. Nope, nothing. Let's make sure that it stops. Select cache reload. Does nothing. Oh, look at that items. It's throwing something to the console. Okay, I'm just going to restart that service. I just want to make sure. Come on, please work. Nothing. Close. Right, let's give it more information to work from. So, when I click a hobby from the main page to go to here, I get a console error. I never knew that. Right, so let's close, reopen, sling, config. Nope, still not working. I think we're close. Seriously, the temptation to just open that JavaScript file and look at it and figure it out. Oh, but that would break the rules as to what I'm trying to do. Let's let it do this, and then we'll have a look at that items.js. Let's close this down. In a browser debugger, is it possible to see the network and console tabs at the same time? Right, yeah, I was wondering that's open up a second instance of the DevTools. Okay, I just want to restart that service just to make sure I don't. Oh, texty, text, add, field name, combi, combo, add, close, no options, add option 44, add option 45, add option 46, save. Oh, look at that. Right, let's check this in because we're getting so 260825 underscore 1205. Everything working, it seems, apart from save button. Six oh eight two five underscore 1207 seems to be working with save now. Not sure if fields load when clicking on a hobby. Okay, so we've got two hobbies. Let's create a new one. Config name, text, add, name, select me, combo, add, close. My name is blah, blah, blah. I'm going to add an option. I'm going to add an option. I'm going to say save item. I'm going to go back. Okay, so it's not loading from there. It's 12:09, 6 minutes. Let's try and fix it. Can we fix it in 6 minutes? Right, so let's... hobbies. You know what? No. I want to call it here because what I want to do is set up Playwright now. And what Playwright does, it's like Selenium, whereby I'll be able to get it to click on things and set up test cases. So it'll save me keep clicking around, doing everything manually. I want to have a script that's going to do a Playwright thing. So, oh, hold on a minute. Look at that. Let's just say, oops. Right, if you're still experiencing issues, save button. Right, and we're not. So let's stop it there. VC. So we're going to stop it. So what I'm going to do, it's my kid's appointment. So I'm going to take my laptop. I'm going to look up videos on Playwright, how to get that up and running. Then maybe I'll do another video later, or tomorrow's session will be setting up Playwright to test this over and over. But yeah, still having loads of fun. See no one tomorrow or later on, I guess.